Hey guys, so I am back from China, slowly getting over the jet lag. My body still is not quite certain what time it is. There's a 12-hour time difference between here and China. Today's video, I want to talk about a couple things. The first one is a personal vehicle related. Second one is a thought-provoking, interesting kind of discussion question that I've had with a couple friends relating to Porsches. First, vehicle updates. You'll notice I am driving the i8 today, not in the Audi, because Sunday night I was coming home from dinner with some friends, hit a pothole. I don't know if pothole can even accurately describe this road surface anomaly. It was like man-made. It had like sharp right angles. Was not able to dodge it. It was at night, and I hit it and drove all the way home. Car felt okay. Obviously, the impact was like, oh, that was horrible, not good. Check it, and I have a bubble in the sidewall on one of my front tires. So if you have a bubble in the sidewall, you really shouldn't drive the car because there's risk of it failing, the tire failing, which is not a risk I want to take. So I'm in the BMW. I do have tire rack road hazard coverage, but I'm still on the winter tires, and because of the season, the winter season's over now. It should be spring. They don't have Soda 03s in my size anymore, so I'm just going to wait till the fall to do that. Inconvenient timing. I'm literally a couple days away from swapping over to my summer set. I ordered new wheels. They are coming, I think, Thursday, tomorrow. Yeah, they should be shipping over tomorrow, so I'll get them installed, mounted, installed. I'll make a whole video about them. I'm really excited about them. I debated a long time on the fitment, what size wheels to go, what type of wheels, what color, finish. Finally decided on a set, and they arrive tomorrow. Very excited about that. So that's, Audi is currently just sitting, not driving, so the i8 is my daily driver, which I'm actually enjoying. Next thing I want to talk about, actually before we talk about the Porsche thing, kind of car news that is pretty exciting. If you've been on the internet recently, you'll notice there are spy shots of this new Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, J short for Joda. They did have that name back in the, I believe, the 70s with the Mura, was a very ultra limited edition hardcore. So usually since I've been into cars, the SV usually would end the cycle run of the big V12 Lamborghinis. For example, the Murcielago SV came, and okay, Murci SV is done. On to the next flagship V12 Lamborghini with the Aventador. Well, with this time around, they went Aventador SV. So I was like, okay, next generation Aventador's coming. Maybe it'll have a dual clutch. Maybe this, and that. It'll look different. And then they came out with the Aventador S. So I was like, wait, what? Because it was like marginally updates from the Aventador, but it wasn't as extreme as the Aventador SV. So I was a little bit confused with that. But naturally now, I guess they're coming out with the SVJ. Actually, at the Lamborghini Urus Detroit launch event for the North American debut, I spoke to somebody from Lamborghini headquarters, and he said, yes, there will be a hardcore version coming. SVJ is what's been called. There's been spy shots of the digital display on the front with that name on it. It looks properly insane. The camo doesn't do much to hide the shape of the bodywork or the aero. It's more just multicolored camo on the vehicle, but it's got crazy aerodynamics. It's got the massive rear wing, which will probably have Lamborghini ALA, the fancy aerodynamic system found on the Huracan Performante. What else is? I mean, the vents. A crazy diffuser. It looks a little bit wider. It certainly will be extremely fast. What is this new stuff on this freeway? I haven't been on here in a while. What in the world? What else is there that's going to be? I mean, it's going to be insane. Probably pushing close to 800 horsepower out of the V12. This might be the last naturally aspirated V12 flagship Lamborghini. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. Probably won't be out for at least another year and a half. But seeing the test mules going around the track looks pretty cool. Next up, the big thing I want to talk about today that is a fun discussion that I've had with a lot of friends is regarding the Porsche. So recently, the 991.2 GT3 has launched. And I have a couple friends who either have ordered them or already have taken delivery of them. And one friend in particular was like, shoot, Eddie, do you think we should keep our 991.2 GT3 order, or should we buy a 991.1 GT3 RS? If you talk money, first of all, if you look MSRP to MSRP, it's not quite a fair comparison because the RS is the more extreme version and costs more. But as the markups and prices of the 991.1 GT3 RS has come down, you can get one for low 200s. I've seen some for like 205, less desirable specs with a little bit more miles on them, but they've come down to 200 grand. Whereas a GT3, assuming no markup, If you option that thing up nice with carbon ceramics, and maybe you do paint to sample, they get pretty expensive. You're getting close to $170,000, $180,000. Now, a lot of people have to pay markup in order to get a GT3. 20 grand, 30 grand markup is not unheard of for a brand new 991.2 GT3. So you're touching very, very similar prices. At which point you're like, ooh, which one do I want? Which one is better to get? Me personally, I've not driven a 0.2 GT3. I need to do that soon. But I spent a decent amount of time with the GT3 RS, and it's an amazing vehicle. The biggest differences between them right now is you get the 4-liter in the GT3 now. When my friend John was buying his GT3 RS, he wanted the 4-liter, and he laid it out this way. He goes, look, there's only a couple ways to get a 4-liter right now. You can either go for a 997 4.0 GT3 RS, which those are at least $500,000 and up right now. They're very, very desirable. 911R was another option, but that was also the prices on that. People are paying 800 grand and up for that car. So it was like, I'm jumping for the GT3 RS. Now the latest GT3 has a 4-liter, which I think annoyed some GT3 RS owners. I know John was a little bit, hey, now it's no longer special now to have the 4-liter. It's great for the new GT3, but so you get this new GT3 with the 4-liter engine, flat six. It's actually a decent amount different from the 3.8 found in the previous GT3 or the 4-liter found in the GT3 RS. They changed a lot of stuff. The revs to 9,000 RPM. The horsepower is the same now. The 4-liters all produce 500 horsepower. It's interesting, the new GT3 4-liter actually makes 1 pound-feet of torque more. It's at 339 versus 338, I think, for the GT3 RS. So, I mean, power output's pretty much the same. This discussion, I think, comes down to the most important factors. Do you want a 6-speed manual? Yeah, it's a 6-speed manual. They did not use the 7-speed. Do you want a manual transmission GT3 car? If you say yes, then you're going to have to buy a 991.2 because the 0.1, it was PDK only. Unless you're that one guy who swapped the 911R gearbox into his GT3 RS, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate thing. Do you want a manual or do you want a PDK? Having driven the PDK GT3 RS, there was at no point during the driving process where I was like, I wish this thing was a manual, because it was just so amazingly perfect in every way. I want to try out a GT3 manual, and I think if I love it a lot, maybe that'll change my mind. My friend Ben just took delivery of his, and he was in love with it, infatuated with the manual GT3, revving to 9,000 RPM. It's crazy. What do you guys think? The aerodynamics, the styling, the RS definitely looks a lot more exotic. It's wider, it looks lower down on the huge wheels and the giant wing. The wing is probably like 5.5 feet tall. It's a massive wing, and the whole car just looks a little more crazy. But I will say, the new GT3 also looks amazing. I think the step between the 991.1 GT3 and the 991.2 GT3 is larger than the step between the 0.1 RS and the 0.2 RS. If that's not clear, pretty much I think the 0.2 GT3 is a huge improvement from the first gen GT3. I think that's really worth it. For the 0.2, it's minor. It seems a lot more minor to me, but I really do think it's a really hard toss-up between the two of them. I don't know. What would you guys rather have? I think the value standpoint, an RS is always the most extreme. It's the rarest. It's a lower production number. They're more expensive. They usually are the ones that will appreciate more because they are less common, a little more desirable and rare, being the top of the line. The GT3, if you get one in a manual, I could also see that holding value really, really well, potentially appreciating in the future. But a regular GT3, even PDK, will end up falling a little bit, but they still hold value exceptionally well compared to other sports cars on the market. Any other parts of that debate between the two of them? I don't think so, but I think I covered most of the things that I thought about. Let's discuss in the comments, what would you guys rather have, a brand new GT3 or the previous pre-refresh GT3 RS? I think at the end of the day, I think I'd go for the GT3 RS just because it's the RS. I like knowing it's the top dog. It's the max, most intense track car, which is still, I mean, even if you don't take it at a track, I had significant arguments with some friends about the wasting of a GT3 RS if you don't use it. It's still an amazing vehicle in every regard. I don't know. a couple of my friends, none of them ended up swapping their GT3 allocations for a GT3 RS. Maybe some of it's people just like having the brand new, latest and greatest, the best. Either way, they're both amazing vehicles. Someday, hopefully, I will be able to buy a Porsche GT car because they are just some of the coolest driving experiences in the world. Well, let's see. I have no idea how long this video is. I'm currently stuck in traffic on my way up towards my parents' house in Michigan in the I-8. It's sunny out. It's actually 50 degrees. Wow, 57. That's what my car says. It's been snowing in Michigan the last couple of days. In April, snowing. Some of my friends who live a little bit further north woke up to like 1.5 inches of snow yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm like, this is stupid. It should be spring by now. Either way, hope you guys like this video. Have a couple more of the film. Definitely wheel install. Have some cars lined up that I want to review. I think a new Audi S5, Jeep SRT 8, non-Trackhawk. Not a Trackhawk. What else? A couple cool. A Z06, C7 Z06. Those are always fun. C7 Stingray. Many cars to do. Got to get back into making some videos. Let's comment below. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.